Check this out, y'all. We finally got lighting for our videos.
I can see clearly now. The soft light's gone.
We still got it though.
And the daylight's come.
This is what we used to use, but anyways, that's a different story. I'm Mikey.
And my name's Kia.
And together we're
Mikey and Kia Espejo. Ooh.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking to you today about 5 things that helped us from the transition from dating to marriage. And we'll share our own personal stories with you.
Yes.
And heads up, it does vary from person to person, but this is just what worked for us.
Yes. Number 1.
Numero uno.
Christ is enough.
Okay, so what we mean by that, Christ is enough. Christ should always be more than enough for you. Why do I say that? Because there's going to be times where you feel unloved, that you feel like your spouse doesn't care, and so on and so on. And in those moments, you know those are all lies from the pit of hell. Most of the time. At least in our case, it is. Because there's times where I get so caught up in my emotions, and all these things and scenarios can get caught up and twisted in my head. I'm like, oh, he doesn't care about me, he doesn't love me. And I know he does. I know he loves me to death. And so in that moment, I just need to say, okay, Lord, you are more than enough for me. I should not rely on my husband to fill places in my heart that only he can fill. And so that's not to say that my husband can back off and stop loving me. No, he doesn't do that. Mikey loves me so much, but there's times where, you know, especially around that time of the month, when everything just makes you sad. Okay, so allow Christ to fill those areas in your heart where you just feel empty. Let him be more than enough for you.
Basically, be spiritually mature and also be in alignment with the Lord, because women are made to respond.
Women are a lot more emotional. And so it does help us when your man's in alignment and he can then lead you and then make you feel loved. But sometimes he may not even know. Okay? Yeah. And so woman, when your husband simply just doesn't know the way you're feeling, he's not, you know, he can't read your mind. And so in those moments, you don't go nagging your husband and say, you don't do this and you don't do that and you don't. No, you go and you have your quiet time with the Lord and you say, Lord, fill me up right now. Lord, be more than enough for me right now. Lord, I'm feeling this way and I need to feel your love right now. Your daddy will help you out, trust.
Cool. Number 2. Take it. Take it to the Lord. Let's say you guys are having an argument, right? We all do. Life happens.
We argue. Yeah, we do.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I can't do that. So sometimes, you know, we argue and all of a sudden you're all bundled up with all these emotions and stuff, and it's not even you. You're not thinking straight. You know, narrow mind is an angry mind is a narrow mind. You're just you just wanna, you're not even thinking anymore. You don't have any self-control. You know, you're just filled with emotions. So what do? Numero dos, you take it to the Lord. So what we usually do, me and Kia, whenever we get into an argument or something like that, we pray. That's what we do. We pray. We pray together. You don't pray by yourself. Yeah, you pray by yourself, but it's important to pray together first, so you guys, you know, are in one accord.
Keep in unity, because what the enemy is trying to do in that moment when you argue, he wants to separate you then and there. And so just to kick him in the butt, you're gonna be like, no, babe, we're gonna pray right now together. Even when you don't want to, because trust me, when you're mad at each other, the last thing you want to do is hold hands with each other, sit close with each other. But it's in that moment where breakthrough happens. Trust.
Yeah, trust.
Take it to the Lord. Don't get all caught up in your emotions. And sometimes you'll realize the Lord will reveal to you that actually you're in the wrong. You shouldn't be mad right now. You need to fix your attitude. He'll give you a spiritual beating, and he'll like let you know, like, no, you need to go and apologize. You need to go and comfort. You need to go and be more understanding, and he'll do that. So don't be so quick to speak, because sometimes you'll say things you don't want to say, and you'll regret it, because words have power in them.
Words can either produce life or death.
It's true.
You choose. Number 3.
Numero 3.
Accept one another. Alright, so what does that mean?
Well, first of all, for us ladies, if you wear makeup, I'm just going to go straight on with this one right now. If you wear makeup, let your man see you without makeup before you get married. You don't want him seeing no surprises. And if you, on the low, like to belch really loudly or fart really loudly, as the marriage is coming soon, expose yourself. Let him know those things. Yeah. Don't get married and then just all these big surprises come out and he's like, this is not the woman I put a ring on. Like, you don't want him to feel all these surprises once he gets married. You gotta really learn to accept one another for who you are, though. You know, I want to be able to live my life like the way I am. You know, I don't want to have to conform. Now I'm married, so now I have to sit cross-leggedly all the time and I have to always, you know, no, just be you and accept your spouse for who they are. Unfortunately, we do not wake up like this. No, those are lies. Whatever, is it Beyonce who sings that song, I Woke Up Like This? I don't even know, I don't listen to those music. But whoever's saying I woke up like this, they're lying. They did not wake up like that. Because all of this is makeup and all of this is gel and wax.
Yeah, okay? I woke up like this.
Actually, they've seen the way we wake up.
Oh yeah. 3, 2, 1. What's up, y'all? Check this out, y'all. We finally got lighting
in one of my vlogs. I don't always look cute for you guys because I try to keep it real.
Check out our past vlogs, y'all. Yeah. Check out, you'll see some legit realness.
And you gotta do that before you get married. I had to let Mikey see what I look like when I wear sweatpants and a hoodie and no makeup and my hair is looking a hot mess, because in reality, that's the way I wake up, and sometimes that's the way I go to bed. So, gotta warm them up so they don't wake up and they're like, ah! What is this monster I'm sleeping next to? Or little things, anything. Be you and accept one another, and no secrets.
No secrets.
Yada yada yada, all that good stuff.
Number 4.
Numero 4.
Alright, so I love this one. So it's omit explosions. Oh.
How did we do that?
My goodness.
Okay, for me, I'm a girl, and I think I'm a sort of normalish girl, whatever that may be. But I like my house to be clean. I don't like to see little things just left around. I notice every little nitpick thing, and I'm not gonna nag for every little nitpick thing, but I'm not gonna always bottle it in. Sometimes I'll just do certain things for him because really I have 2 hands and it's not really that big of a deal. But sometimes I will tell him, what are your socks doing right there? Like, why? And so I'll do that because I could always pick up after him, you know, but knowing me, that will slowly begin to bottle up and I'll get so frustrated. I'm like, why can't you just ever pick up your socks? And he'd be like, if I just one day just explode at him, he'd be like, where did that come from? But no, if I just tell him, babe, what are your socks doing right there? And he'd be like, okay, I'll pick them up, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Simple. And that's usually the way it goes. No argument, no nothing, no frustration, no stress.
Not saying that arguments will never happen. Arguments will happen, but
you're telling me.
Yes. And also, you know what? I also want to add on to that too. I want to add on past relationships. Sometimes when Kia, back then, when she would mention her past relationships, you know, her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend this, ex-boyfriend that, I would get like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get like, ugh, why you gotta, you know what I'm saying? That was one of my insecurities. And so, eventually, it bottled up. Honestly, I can be honest right there and then. I know it's so hard. It's so hard. But it's so important to communicate right there and then. The moment you start feeling that, you know, about a certain something, say something.
Because I think it's important to know that I would not intentionally, you know, say something to hurt my, at the time, fiance and my now husband. I wouldn't intentionally want to hurt him. So me not knowing that hurts him, I would just say it and talk about it. I think we're just having a casual conversation.
Exactly. And so what I did was I approached it with love and kindness. That one time, I mean, not the first time, because the first time I literally just the second time I just went, yo, you know what, it really does bother me, and this is also a part of my insecurity too, when you mention your past relationship with this dude, your ex, whatever. And so yeah, and after that, dude, I just felt so good. I'm like, oh, finally I did it.
And it was another wake-up call for me. It's kind of
like,
oh, I'm gonna put like, warning, we are not perfect. We are not perfect. We are learning as we go. But no matter what, we have Christ at the center, so what he ordains, he sustains and maintains, and he will take care of us.
Number 5.
Numero 5.
We're not Spanish,
Can you tell us came back from Mexico? Yes, from a Mexican family. Familia. Yeah. Okay, I'm done.
Number 5, communicates.
Now this one really works for us, and I'm sure it'll really work for you. Whatever you may feel insecure about, nervous about, scared about, worried about, stressed about, and all them other bad stuff, talk to your spouse about them, or your soon-to-be spouse about them. Why? For instance, I'll use myself as an example. I mentioned earlier, no, I didn't mention earlier. I was super duperty insecure about my high school pimple scars. Now, I don't really have that much pimples no more, but when I was in high school, I did, and they left me with some not so cute scars. So I was really insecure about them. And I remember, okay, so this was like one of the worst nights of my life and one of the best nights of my life at the same time. So it was, I don't even know what time it was, but it was late, and Mikey called me, and you know, something had gone down that night, something horrible. So he's like, I'm coming over, I need to talk to you about it, so on, so on. And I could not even think about what he was saying. All I could hear, all I knew was that he was coming over and I had already washed off my makeup.
And I was going like Dominic Toretto fast.
I was really scared. I was like, no.
I was, like, from my house to her house, taking like literally 15 minutes, which should have taken like 30 minutes. I was going hecka fast.
I was scared because this guy was coming to my house and I had no makeup on. And I was like, what can I do? So I was like, I can't put makeup back on because he knew that I was in bed sleeping. He's gonna be like, why do you have makeup on still? You go to bed in your makeup? So I was like, no, I can't put my makeup back on. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make it look so dim in this room that he can't even see the scars. That my scars are just gonna blend in with the darkness. So I did that. And then when he came over, I sat down like this. And I made sure that he could only see my eyes, my nose, and my mouth. Because that's all that was important anyways, right? Anyways, at the end of him telling his story, I think he kind of clued in that the whole time my hands were like this. And he's like, move your hands. Literally, this is what he did. Put your hands up, baby. He's like, move your hands. I was like, no, I'm not moving my hands. Literally.
I want to.
He's like, just move your hands. And I was like, no. He's like, baby, just move your hands. Why are you putting your hands there? I was like, please, just leave me alone. I just want to leave my hands there. Please, baby. Anyways, he eventually, like, gently and sweetly, and I kind of released, and he kind of put my hands down, and he's like, I love your face here, and I love you here, and I love you here, and I love you here. No, I did not do that. I was more like, I was so like, I didn't know how to feel. I was embarrassed. I was in awe. I was happy. I was like, what is going on right now? I really just wanted to, like, pinch myself and wake up and hope that it was all a dream. But honestly, in that moment, because that was like out of the window, from then on I was like, I don't care if the guy sees me without my makeup on. Like, it took that moment for me to be able to walk around makeup free. Now it's like, whatever, I can go wherever makeup free because the Lord used him to really help me to love myself with or without makeup on. You know, I love makeup, but sometimes I'm just like, I don't have time for all this makeup. I just want to walk out the house and not have to worry about anything. And he still loves me.
You're beautiful.
So yeah, communicate. Communicate. It's important to communicate, especially before you're getting married. I know when you're about to get married, you're probably nervous about all sorts of things, and you know, them things.
We gotta keep it G-rated, so you know what I'm saying. If y'all got any questions, please email us below. faithandfitnessbymk@gmail.com.
Hit us up with any emails. But anyways, yeah, whatever you're nervous about and scared about getting into marriage, talk to your spouse about them. No better person. If you're nervous about it, be like, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I'm really nervous to blah, 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 blah. And you guys can then on have a conversation about it, how you guys want to go about doing things and so on and so on. Anyways, I think that's it for what we have to say.
That's all.
There probably is a whole lot more. There is a whole lot more,
yes.
But we want to keep this video as short as possible.
Yes, and guys, if you guys have any questions, please write down in the comments below.
Comment.
Please.
If you want to see other kind of videos with us talking about whatever, let us know. Any kind of challenges, what you want to see in the vlog footage, where you want us to go. We
Yeah.
live in Vancouver. We're thinking of hitting up Seattle in a couple of weeks, so we can show you some Seattle stuff.
You know.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for
we
watching,
hope
y'all.
that you enjoyed. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit that thumbs up button and let us know what we should improve on next time.
Just make sure you hit that thumbs up button.
Hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Deuces.
Deuces. God bless y'all.
Yes.